I'm going to tell you a story. Hope you're ready. So, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a king named King Rahman, which I appreciated this story because usually it's a guy named Shlomo. Am I right? In these Jewish stories. But there was a king named Rahman, and he led the best kingdom in the world. Everyone was lovely. It was beautiful. It was warm. It was welcoming. And so there were always so many visitors coming in and out of this kingdom, and he, being the welcoming king he was, wanted to talk to everybody. And one day there was a visitor who came in and said, "You know, I've heard of this guy Abraham. And you know what? He has one God, and he thinks that one God created the whole world, created everything, and I don't know, I just thought you might think that's interesting." So King Rahman was like, "That's different," because it was very different from what everyone else was doing. And so he went to his daughter, Princess Darshanit. So if you are looking for a new name, there you go. Went to the princess and said, "You like adventures, right? Are you a princess that likes adventures?" Thank you, Monique. So she liked adventures, she was brave, she was bold, she liked trying new things, and so he knew that she would be up for this task, and he said, "Darshanit, I need you to go find this guy named Abraham." And she said, "Okay." She was really open to trying new things. So she was like, "I'm going to find Abraham. My dad wants me to find out what's so special about his one God. And not only what's so special about his one God, but where we find that one God. How do I find God?" So Darshanit goes and travels for weeks and weeks and weeks. She's hiking up mountains. She's in much better shape than I am. She's going through the deserts, through the forests. And finally, after a month, she reaches Abraham's tent. And before she can even get to the opening, she sees Abraham running out to greet her. "Shalom, shalom, welcome." Thank you. So he runs out to welcome her, and she's shocked because Abraham has so many servants. He has so many servants that any one of them could have come and welcomed her, but it was Abraham himself who welcomed her. And she said to him immediately, "Hello, I'm Darshanit. I'm princess of kingdom so-and-so." We can make up the name later. "And I've come because my father wants to know where to find God." And Abraham, do you know what he did? He ignored her. He didn't answer. What he said instead was, "Oi, Gewalt, you must be tired. You were hiking for 3-4 weeks. Oi, here, rest. Let me put down some pillows, some blankets. Please, rest." And Darshanit thought, he's not wrong. I am very tired. It's a lot of physical activity over all that hiking. So she sits down and she rests. And then she waits a minute longer. It's like, "Abraham, where do you find God?" And what does Abraham do? He ignores her again. And you know what he says? "You must be so hungry. You've been walking and hiking and running all over the forest and the mountains to get here. You must be starving." And Darshanit thought, well, yeah, I am. So Abraham got her bread and cheese and my favorite, cake. And said, "Please eat, rest, make yourself feel full." So she did. She waited a couple more minutes and said, "Okay, Abraham, where do I find God?" And you know what Abraham did? He ignored her. He said, "You must be so filthy. You've been hiking over these mountains and through these deserts and through these forests. Let me bring you some water so you can wash yourself." And then she waited another minute, and she said, "Abraham, I just really need to know. Can you please tell me? My dad's going to kill me if I get home, and I can't tell him where to find God. Can you just please tell me where to find God?" And you know what Abraham does?
Ignore her.
He ignores her. Ugh, the worst. But what he says this time is he says, "Get very, very quiet. Get so, so quiet that you can hear your own heartbeat." So Darshanit gets very, very quiet so she can hear her heartbeat. And then she starts to notice other things. She starts to notice the wind and an owl and other creatures moving in the grass. She notices the stars up above, the moon, and all of these different things that are in our universe. And she listens closely, and she hears Abraham starting to pray. Abraham is saying, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this amazing world that we're in. And more than anything else, thank you for giving me the opportunity to welcome this young girl who is in search of you." And when he was done, Darshanit realized that she understood where it was that one finds God. And it's in kindness, it's in the wonders of the world. And so she too offered a blessing, thanking God as the God of Abraham for helping us find God through kindness and the wonders of the world. And so as we go into our week, we might have moments where we wonder, where can I find God? And we have to remember not to ignore everybody, but one of the ways we find God is by showing kindness to one another, by treating each other as humans that are the best kind of humans that we can be, and by shedding light wherever we go. And so I wish you this week, as you go into Shabbat and on from there, that you help show other people that God is in this world through your acts of kindness. Shabbat shalom.